Hello guys, welcome back to Joe's Island Cuisines. I'll be showing you how I make this delicious Jamaican Toto, or we call coconut cake. As you see, I'm using one coconut, and in true Jamaican style, we just knock it on the ground and crack it open. And if there's any water, we just drain the water out. As you can see, not much water came from this. Crack it open because we're going to husk it out, as what we refer to it in Jamaican terms. We're going to remove the shell or the meat. So that brown part, we're going to remove it, which is the shell. So we cut up our coconut now, and we're going to grate the coconut. Yes, so we use the side that side of the grater where we shred. So we're just gonna shred our coconut, and so we have our shredded coconut ready. So now we have a stick of butter which we are going to melt. So after we melt our butter, we're going to crack 2 eggs. So we add our eggs, and then we're going to whisk so we can get a smooth consistency. Now I've added 1 cup of coconut milk. You can use regular milk if you desire, or you can use water, but I opted to use coconut milk. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla, a teaspoon of almond, 2 teaspoons of mixed spice, and I'm gonna add a teaspoon of rose water, 3/4 cup of sugar, and we just use our wooden spoon and stir or mix together. So now we're going to incorporate our dry ingredients. So we're going to be using 3 cups of flour, and you want to ensure that you sift your flour to remove any clumps. Do you see those clumps there? We don't want that. So that's what we're going to do, sift our flour. After, we're going to add our shredded coconut, and then we're going to grate a teaspoon of nutmeg. You just want to incorporate that some more, or you can just eyeball it. You don't necessarily have to measure the portion, but you don't want to add too much nutmeg in. And then we're going to grate a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and you can also eyeball this as well. No precise measurement, you grate according to your liking. And then we're gonna add a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we are going to combine our wet ingredients with our dry ingredients. And we're using the hand mixing method, so we do not need a mixer. And gradually you can add a little bit more coconut milk or regular milk to kind of soften the butter. And if you're a fan of raisins, you can add a 1/4 cup of raisins for the extra sweetness if you so desire. Now it's time to grease our baking tin. So we use butter, and we just rub a generous amount all over a baking pan, because we don't want want our toto to stick to the pan, and then we're just gently pouring in, and you want to spread that out evenly so you can have a neat, nice finish. So having preheated your oven, you are going to now add the batter, and yay, you want to test with a toothpick to ensure that it's properly baked, and normally if the toothpick is clean, then you know it's good to go. And that's how our coconut cake is looking, or our toto as we call it in Jamaica. So we just use some extra melted butter to give it that beautiful sheen and that extra moisture at the top. Yes, and you can add a little cherry in the middle. And yes, it's sharing time. Yeah, so it's time to share up. As you can see, I've already given away or cut it in half because I'm going to share it up with my family. Look at that nice texture toto coconut cake. Thank you for watching. Bye.